One. Yes, we're recording. Hiroki episode 3.
Great.
Bro, 3 episode. Okay. This is our third one. I love it. I love it. All right. Today,
Good
so where are
pick.
you, Hiroki? Are you ready for your tomorrow's trip? What time is your flight?
My flight is at 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Okay,
7.
Hiroki is coming to the reunion. So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna we're gonna go to Atlanta with our reunion with Vicky and Andy, and then Hiroki's coming to me tomorrow. So I'm gonna pick him up 9 a.m. and before our reunion. So our next guest. Who is our next guest, Hiroki?
Paddy Kun.
Paddy Kun,
Patrick
Patrick
Kristensen.
Kristensen. So he's not coming to our reunion because this guy is a big boy now. He's getting married, so he needs to save some money. So we're gonna have him in this episode. Patrick Christensen in Figuring Out Podcast. All right, Rocky. He's coming. He's coming. Paddy Kun is coming. Any
Pause.
minute. Any minute. He's gonna be in it. So Paddy Kun in Pocatello, Idaho right now. He's back in the trenches, Pocky, the metropolis. But he's it's been a while. Last time I saw him, it's been a while. It's been a while. He's in. He's in. Very good. Come on,
Oh,
dude. What's up, dude?
Paddy Kun's all black.
Where is your screen?
ah,
Ah.
there we go.
Dude, what a show up. What a intro. Let's go.
I'm close
Couldn't
up
be
here.
couldn't be a
Wow.
better get it.
Awesome.
Couldn't be a better get it.
I love the
We had
pick.
we already did a intro. We were like, Paddy Kun is coming. Dude, what are you right now? Your new place?
Wait, why is my background like all blurred and stuff?
Great.
I haven't been on this Zoom for so long. Uh, let's see here.
So your class is now in person? No more online class?
Yeah,
Just
it's
like,
I have two online, but it's not like it's all online.
oh, so Paddy Kun used to be like one screen in class and one screen is like a big
Always. Why? What?
a blurry background. Paddy
This
Kun.
is this is not doing it for me. What's going on here?
All right,
Wait.
stop it. All right. He fixed it. Okay. Paddy
All
Kun.
right,
What's up,
let's
man?
go.
Paddy Kun.
How are you, bro? Where are you right now?
I'm just home upstairs in my little like kind of study area, whatever.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
pretty cool.
Which apartments you live in right now? Which apartment complex you live in right now?
I moved to Ridgecrest, so
Oh, rich
yeah.
guys.
So actually, I have like a two-bedroom apartment just by myself, so it's pretty good.
Okay. So basically you live every single housing complex in Idaho State.
Yeah, just not on just basically not the dorms, like because I lived on West, then I lived in University Courts, then
Hubert,
West and Schubert. So basically, yeah, all
rich
of
guys.
them.
And and that's good, man. So now you're helping out housing, right? Just talk to me about it. What are you doing right now? How is life, man? I miss you so much.
Yeah, you too, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. Well, I mean, I just so after I graduated in December, right?
Mhm.
Graduated with my master's degree. Then I had half a year of just working, and then I went back to school because otherwise I would have been kicked out the country.
Yeah.
So, so I went back to school. So I'm doing my MBA, and then I work for housing because then they'll pay for my tuition. So right now I'm working for housing, and then I do like lessons on the side, and yeah.
I love it. Love it.
So
So housing for you're working for housing and you know every single housing complex right now.
exactly. I mean, they were like, so before you start, you just have to like take a tour around campus so you know which are the buildings. I'm like, I've lived in
I've
80%
lived
of the
there.
buildings. I'm good.
I've
You should
been there.
go
I've
to
been through all of
housing.
them.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty funny.
Dude, let's go, man. Dude, when did we see each other last time? So, like the graduation, right? Hiroki. Did you see Pedikun again?
In
So
person.
in person.
In person, yes. Um, yeah, graduation.
Yeah, graduation, I think. Yeah.
What a time, Pedikun. Dude,
Oh,
I wish you can come this week, but the
Yeah,
big boy is getting married in May. He needs to save up for
exactly.
that.
Exactly. You gotta
So,
save up some money now. We
how
gotta
is everything? How is the engaged life?
It's good. I mean, everyone is like, oh, is it different? Is it different? Like what is going on? It's like it's the same.
It's the
Now,
same.
now we're just planning for a wedding. That's the difference. Like we're just buying certain things and getting invites and like getting stuff ready and like getting, making all the logistical things and like especially because my family is not from here, right? So like I gotta talk to them, like how many is gonna come over, who's gonna come over, like do we like we're trying to like see if we can book like an Airbnb for
Or
my family
family.
to stay in, like stuff like that. So yeah, but we don't know how many yet is gonna come yet. So like yeah, I don't know.
Let's
did
go.
you ask for did you ask ChatGPT for planning? Wedding? No.
No, actually not. No, maybe I should do that.
Oh,
I
very
think
chaotic.
I think that's what I would do.
Probably. I mean, for now, it's like, Hallie is doing a lot of the planning, and then I'm chiming in as much as I can,
Yeah.
uh, and like just trying to help where I can. But like, it's, a lot of it because it's a lot of her family that's there. So, like, how can we make that work? And yeah, so
Shout out
we
to
just,
Hallie. I mean, probably she's been organizing. Probably she's been thinking about this
yeah.
wedding
I mean,
way.
she's better at that stuff, than me. Like, I'm more like, oh, does this look good? I'm like, looks good. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Even though you said no, probably has to be look good.
So, yeah, a lot of the times it's like actually like, okay, I'm like, nah, maybe not this one. And she's like, oh, okay, sure. Like we can try to look at something else, whatever.
I
So
love it. I love it.
it's going well. It's going forward. So that's
Let's
the most
go.
important thing.
Let's go,
So
bro. So thanks a lot for coming, man. It means a lot to us. So me and Hiroki, we started something like we were like talking about. I mean, I call you always like all the time, like figuring out life, man. Just figuring out what we're gonna do. Just we were like, okay, we've been listening a lot of podcasts, and then why don't we do our own and just chatting with our friends. Chatting with the
mhm.
people that we love, people that we inspired by, and maybe and the more we do this, maybe we're still gonna learn from each other and just have some fun,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doing this and we started with Jaimito, and I'm still
Mhm.
texting them, and then I'm glad that you're second. So that's perfect. And also like we're gonna miss you like this week and boys coming, and I just wanna like
For sure.
before we start like get the introduction, get that feeling, this reunion. I think this is a kind of a reunion, like seeing your face, man. Uh,
For sure.
and seeing starting with you will be amazing, dude. And so just talk to me about it. Like we wanna kind of like put it in timeline. Like we always like to talk about college, because like,
Mhm.
I think what we shape our personality. And just talk to me about like how your journey started. Where do you think your journey started? Your character shape started. Talk to me about it.
I mean, it's I don't know if I have a certain moment where I'm like, it started right here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, it started when I chose tennis over other things,
Hmm.
right? I mean, I think it starts very early where you're prioritizing a certain thing and then sacrificing other things. So for me, it was like I had soccer when I was super young, had a lot of friends in school, like classic teen youngster, whatever, when you're like 8 years old, 10 years old, like you're just goofing around, like you don't know what's going on, right? But then, I don't know, then tennis was just more fun, and I figured out I was better. So then a coach, like I started in the smallest club. We had maybe like 50 members at the club.
Hmm.
Like we were so small and no one was really good. We didn't have a team really. We were just like practicing once or twice a week, like super chill. And what's funny was there was this coach, my old coach now, who went on like scouting trips, whatever, to like these small clubs. And the only reason why he like scouted me or chose me was because I could kick serve. I was terrible. I could not hit a forehand. I could not hit a backhand. I couldn't do anything, but I could kick serve. So
Yeah.
he was like, okay, this guy must have some kind of talent or so he must have something. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know it was a kick serve. I was just doing it, like whatever.
Everything started there. You're two
Yeah, and
for
then it was
serve.
just like I got scouted and I signed a contract, whatever, and then I came out there and I practiced 4 times a week, and all of a sudden it was more serious. And then I think from there on, it was more like, okay, now I gotta quit soccer because I don't have time for soccer. And then now, since I'm practicing like 2, 3 hours a day, some physical practice, whatever, when I was younger and stuff, then it's more like I don't have time to my friends anymore. It's like we can't hang out after school anymore because after school I got tennis, I gotta do this, I gotta be here, I gotta do that. So it's like I think from that moment when you start making some sacrifices, I think that's when you are having the start of your character, right?
Mhm.
Like that's when you start developing some characteristics. Because I think a lot of people too, I don't know if it's just from where I'm from, but then they were still trying to balance tennis,
Mhm.
normal life, school, other stuff. And I was like, I can't do that. I love tennis. I want to keep going at it because I feel like, okay, I have a shot at getting better. I want to get better. I'm very competitive. Hate sucking at things. So like I was like, okay, I want to get better. I want to see how far I can go on. So automatically, I didn't even do it. It was just like I can't hang out today because I got practice, and I was keep telling them that I was like, yeah, can't hang out this weekend. I got a tournament. And then more and more so, they were like, we're not going to ask him anymore because he always says no,
Yeah.
right? And then all of a sudden, it's like I don't know. It's just you start there, and from there on, it just builds up. But I think that's kind of where it started. It starts super early. Yeah,
Especially I remember from the same as well, like, and then your friends group become your more like tennis players, like all your friends are
hmm
like who you practice with every day, who you see your teammates or like the people that are around you at the club all the time. That's your become your social life.
for
And
sure.
like, is of course your character and in your day-to-day life is surrounded by, with them and how you
hmm
shape your character as well. And then, dude, also like, I mean, you were a hell of a junior player as well, like top 200 and then 4 times Danish champion, right? Like you were
Yeah, yeah. I
national champion
mean,
4 times.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I wanted.
I think I looked it up a little bit, I Google
I
Patrick
can't remember because I
Kristensen
want.
as ChatGPT.
Oh yeah. It's funny because if you Google my exact name, then it's a soccer player that
Soccer
comes.
Danish, yeah, 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 former Danish player.
Yeah, no, I think I wanted a bit more than 4 times, but I wanted 3 or 4 times in singles, and then a couple times in mixed doubles, a couple times in doubles.
Mixed double
Um,
national champion. That's
so
interesting. Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Just with kicksurf.
huh?
Just with kicksurf.
Just with kick serve, exactly. I didn't develop a flat serve until I got to college. No, but yeah, I mean, my junior career, I always say that was my peak. Like that's how I
Mhm.
enjoyed the sport most. I don't
Mm.
know if I can say I was better, but I got the most out of who I was at that moment, right? It was
Mhm.
like, I think in 14s, I played Tennis Europe. I was top 20. I played all the had grade ones or whatever you call it back then. And
Mhm.
then got a bit older, struggled a little bit with ITFs in the start, but still I traveled all the time. I was gone like a month at a time, was home for a couple of weeks to practice, gone for a month. Like I think in my middle school, which is eighth, ninth grade for me, is like I had an absence of 80% in school. So
Wow.
like I was really like I was never there, but they were okay with it because I still did my homework with me. I took it with me. They were like, as long as you get this done, you're
Guys.
okay. And I kept on getting it done while I was out there, and then it was okay. Um, so it was fine, but yeah, I mean, then ended up 180 something ITF. Um, yeah.
And then how was your recruiting process? What was the like initial decision? Like what was the decision behind it? Like why did you want to go to college?
That's a interesting story
Okay.
because I don't know if I told a lot of people, but it's like I at some point I didn't know really what college was, right? Because I was always traveling and you don't really hear people talking about college.
Hmm.
But my traveling coach was actually an American that lived in Sweden, So he obviously knew all about college. So he was like, I think you should go to college because then you have 4 years of practice, and if you turn out you want to go pro, you can go pro. But you know, like I think you should go to college. I was like, okay, I don't know what it is, but let me, trying to figure it out. That was when I was like 17, 18, something like that. Um, but the thing that happened was I was still in school because I delayed my school so I could play more tennis. So I wouldn't graduate until I was 19, 20.
Hmm.
Um, so my recruiting process was kind of weird because they were talking to me while I was still in ITF, while I was still 17, 18. So a lot of colleges would text me or like reach out and be like, hey, like you are ready like are you ready for like a commitment? Do you want to make a call? Do you want to like we got some scholarships for you? And I didn't even know what a scholarship was back then, right? So I was like, it's okay. I didn't really respond to a lot because I was like, it doesn't matter. I got 2 more years of school, so I don't really need to respond. Biggest mistake, because if I just kept I mean, I didn't know I could sign early and I could do all this and that, but so I was just back in school, didn't really respond to anything before I was like, okay, I'm graduating this semester and I want to go to college. So I was reaching out to everyone like, hey, you texted me back here, blah, blah, blah. They were like, oh, we don't have any scholarship now, like whatever, whatever.
Good advice.
So I started just reaching out to a whole bunch of schools, and I was actually talking a lot with the Fresno State coach, who is now the Boise State head coach,
Luke. Yes.
Clancy Shields.
Clancy or Luke?
Yeah.
It's Arizona.
Oh,
So
who's the guy in Boise? It's his
Luke.
brother.
Luke Shields. Yeah.
Luke Shields.
Yeah.
Luke Shields. Yeah, right. Um, and it's super nice. Like he was really good, and he was ready to sign me immediately, and we got agreement and verbal committed.
Hmm.
Um, and so I was like, okay, cool. It's set. Like going to Fresno State, right? Then I don't hear from him for a whole week, and I'm like, what's going on? So I tried to call him. I texted him. I was like, what's going on here? And he was like, I'm sorry, man. Let's have a call tomorrow. Whatever. I was like, shit. I was like, this is not good, right? Anyway, so he called me and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry I haven't called you back. I've been busy the whole week because of your transcripts. I've tried to get you in. We haven't had a single person ever to get denied from no matter what kind of grades you have.
On.
So it's not even because my grades were low. They were not great, but they were not that bad, right? So apparently what happened is in the admissions office when they have to approve it before you can go with the actual offer, um, the lady that's usually there, she was sick. Someone came in, saw it, she just stamped it, denied. So she just denied my transcripts, and once it's denied once, you can't appeal it, you can't do anything. It's just done. So he tried. He was talking to the president. He was talking to everyone. He was talking to the AD. He was talking to everyone like, "Hey, we want this guy. We need this to be approved." And like it got to the point where he was like, "I'm almost getting fired from trying to get you. I can't do this anymore." So he was trying so hard, and he was like, "I'm sorry, man. It just didn't work out. Like it's just you're the only one I've ever heard or seen of that hasn't gone in here yet."
That's crazy.
Crazy. So I was like, okay, well, that's not good because now I'm a little late because I just been waiting and we were fine. And now there's like not even 2, 3 weeks until I have to leave to go there. So I have like 2 weeks to figure out a new coach, a new place, a new scholarship, a new everything. So I was like, okay, this doesn't seem very good.
Mm.
Luckily, Luke was at a coaching conference for all college coaches, where he met or was talking to a bunch of people. And he was like, I got this guy. We couldn't sign him because of this and this. Is there anyone that has a spot? He's really good. He's got these results, blah, blah, blah. And then a couple people reached out, and then I talked mostly with Jimmy Borendame from Middle Tennessee.
Okay, I see. Yes.
Yeah. And he reached out and he was like, okay, I saw your things and we do have a scholarship available. You're gonna come in the spring, which is gonna be tough since it's right in the season, so you might not play as much in the start, which is okay, but I want you here and I want to try and get you in and settled and stuff. So I was like, okay, I think that's good. I think that'll be fine. It's an option for me. It was like, can I get into the college system and then maybe go transfer or maybe go somewhere else or try it out. Or I don't know, because I didn't really know what that was, Was it I know it was a D1, but I didn't know if it was good or bad, right?
You know, the
So
level.
I came in there and I was like, okay, let's work and let's see where it goes. Um, yeah, so then I got signed and we signed after 1, 2 weeks and I got all the 100 papers of stuff, signed and whatever, and
Your
yeah.
first question is like, am I actually admitted or not? You're like,
Exactly. Yeah. I was like,
oh.
okay, so are we good? Are we
Are
good?
we all
Like,
like, are we sure we're good?
yeah, exactly. But it ended up working out and and it was fine. And as he said, like they don't also never really, because of papers or grades or anything, they don't deny anyone.
Hmm.
So it was just an unlucky thing, but then I got there and it worked out in the end. So yeah.
Wow. It was actually the same for me as well. When I first talked to Alex Free
Yeah.
about Idaho State for indoor courts. Wow, indoor courts, indoor. That's crazy. And he showed me the photos of beautiful mountains around the campus, and I
Uh,
was like, wow,
Dude,
this is
actually
one of the
forget it.
best colleges in the US. And
exactly. Yeah.
He had a good slideshow though. Have you guys seen it? Like, I mean, of course we did. He had a like good slideshow. I feel like
Mhm.
because I recruited before Hiroki, and I was recruited by the old assistant coach.
Right.
No, what was it? David left, yeah. Because like Mark left and David took over. And
Mhm.
I, to be honest, I did not see a single picture of Idaho State. Like I was because I was didn't see a single
Just
picture.
any everything else.
Everything else, I was like, because that moment like COVID hit and I didn't have like a single offer. I was stressing out at home,
Yeah.
like hating my life and getting locked down. And then David just like called me like, hey, like this Idaho State, do you want? I was like, okay, I'm in. Yeah, put me in, put me in, coach.
He
And
didn't even need to offer you anything. It's just like, yes.
yes, I was like, okay, and then signed like I was like, send me agreement, and then free came. I was like, okay, and then a whole different change, and everything changed, and then we had more talk, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I think I should Google Idaho State and see.
exactly. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
that's why, because the first day I came to Idaho, I checked the roster beforehand, and I didn't see a guy called Ege Kankus.
Yeah, bro,
And
I was
Alex Free, and I didn't even see like Ege Kankus committed or anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't know.
So when Alex Free told me, okay, so you're gonna live with Ege, a new freshman, I was like, who? Ege?
Dude, I was like one point because I talked to Free about it last like when I visited him last summer, and apparently David gave me a scholarship that we don't have. So apparently like he gave me like a
Best deal ever.
apparently he gave me like kind of full ride that we didn't have. And then as soon as Free came, it was like, hey, like why this guy signed that we don't have the money for it? And then the and first initial thought, and then he just like actually he called me and he's like, "Hey man, like something like I'm the new coach. Like this is not gonna work. So we don't have a scholarship for you. Like I'm unfortunately not gonna be on the team." I was like, "Oh no way!" And I was like, "Hey, like can we work this out?" And then we had like calls and everything, and then he just like kind of got to know me more. And then he was like, "Okay, like you in?" I was like, "Oh." Thank God. I mean, I was like getting more money, and then I had the same thought like with you, like okay, COVID hit, and then I'm just gonna go and just maybe play 1 year and then transfer.
Yeah,
And I never thought it's gonna be that good of an experience. So we're gonna talk about it more. But um, I mean, this is like exactly what we've been to like, just like let's go there and figure out. And then
exactly.
how did like okay, you went to Middle Tennessee and then you get into Portland. How did Free recruit you? So Hiroki, when I mentioned it, I mentioned
Right.
How Free recruited you. How did he transfer to get you to transfer to Idaho State?
Well, I think that one of the biggest things was that he had scholarships to offer both me and Andy from the same place.
Yeah.
Because Andy and I was already really good friends. We spent every day together. We were doing homework. We were doing the same class. We were doing everything because we were kind of the two people that was like not in the lineup of the other team, right? So we were like kind of like hitting a lot, more practice, extra fit. We tried to make the lineup more. But the coach, like Coach Borndam, he didn't really trust it that much. And later on when you get older, you're like, okay, I can understand it, but like still maybe try, give us a chance. We didn't even get a chance to like show him that we could contribute, right? But anyways, so I was at some point I was like, okay, if you don't trust me to play, I can't play for you either, right? So like I want to be in a place where I get to play, I get support, I get like, okay, you can like I want you to play for me, right? So anyways, so I went into the portal, uh, got some okay offers here and there, and then Andy and I was obviously still when we were both in the, I mean, we were in the portal at the same time. So we were talking and we were like, oh, who do you have scheduled today to talk to? Every day you talk to someone basically. And he was like, oh, this Alex guy from ISU. We were like, I don't really know where that's at. Um, but I'll see what he has to say. Then he talked to Andy, and then next day I get a message from him. I'm like, hey, I was like, wait, isn't that the guy that just talked to Andy? I was like, okay, sure, I'll talk to him too. Why not? Um, so then we both talked to him at the same time, basically, just each day we would like, oh, so how did you go today? And he was like, oh yeah, we're just sending transcripts over and we're trying to get stuff going and see what he can offer me. And I was like, okay, I'll do the same. So
Yeah.
then we were kind of like both doing the exact same thing, just one day from each other. So Free was basically on the phone with us every
Back
single
and
day,
forth,
just
back and
back
forth.
and forth. Yeah. And like yeah, you said like he was passionate, like he was young, right? And I think he recruited both Andy and I with like a lot of um like good things, like we got a good scholarship first of all, and then also like hey, like you're gonna be here and you're gonna play, right? So like for us, both of us, that was like that's what we need. We need to come in and play somewhere,
Yeah.
right? And we didn't like obviously if we went both in a separate places, we would have been fine. Like we didn't expect to go in the same place. But now we can go in the same place. We can both play. We can both be on a good scholarship. We were like, this is kind of a no-brainer, right? So in the end, we both signed within again 24 hours. He signed, I signed, and
I
we were
remember
like,
we
let's
posted
go.
at the
We're
same
going
time.
there.
ISU posted at the same time. Patrick Kristensen
Exactly.
and Andreas Kramer.
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
See that?
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy. So we got signed and this at the same time. I'm not gonna say like we were not independent. We were just like I don't know. It just felt like okay. It felt like a good decision, right? So yeah, and also like because I remember the first time I got to college, I was like, this is weird. I don't know anyone. It's very competitive. It's not like you got good friends, but you're not really friends. Um, which was kind of weird, a weird dynamic, right? Like you always have something to compete, and when you practice, you don't practice to get better. You just get practice to look good, like these kind of things. And I was like, this is kind of weird. This is not my style. So I was a little nervous going into another university now. Like I play for another team, play for another school. I didn't know anyone. So just having one guy that I knew very well just was already a little more calming, right? Because I had no clue if there would be the same experience that I just had with the same like coaching style and stuff like that. Obviously it wasn't, but it was yeah, that's just it was pretty I didn't get to talk to like I talked to a lot of people, but we never got really far because I already have like Alex Free in the back pocket, basically. So I was like, okay, maybe I should explore a little more before I say yes, right? But if it's essentially just became here. So yeah.
I love it.
What was the biggest difference in terms of like practice styles between Middle Tennessee and Idaho State? Because obviously at the time Middle Tennessee was ranked, right? Was it top?
Yeah, yeah. We I mean my first year we were top 35.
Yeah,
I think
so
so
top
like
school.
they were really good. The year I left, they were top 25. So
Yeah,
like they went up, so they only got better too, which didn't make it easier for me, right? Um, but I don't think the ranking really was like because of the practice. Like we just had a lot of good players. It started with the recruiting phase, right? And then Jimmy made sure that you can practice as hard as you want to, but if you don't have results in practice, you also can't play. So if you have a bad practice, you just know, okay, you might not play next time,
yeah, I see.
right? I mean, that's a lot of pressure for a lot of guys, especially like freshmen. Like I know, I mean, I was older. I turned 21 my first semester, so I was pretty old.
Yeah.
But for like a lot of the new guys, I was like 18. who was also in their freshman year, but their second semester, who were my roommate, they were like, we don't really have any motivation because I'm not gonna have good practices every single day. And if I have one bad practice, I'm just not gonna play.
Mm.
I mean, that's crazy pressure, right? And I think that for coming here, I mean, for me, ISU is in two sections, right? Because you have free and you got Oliver Good, right? So I think that's two different styles of coaching too.
Mm.
And I think with free, it was like he was also like a lot of not necessarily pressure, but still like if you don't show any results, you're having a tougher time, right? Because I think it stems from like Jimmy, for example, at Middle Tennessee, he was all about the program. He didn't really care so much about you as a person. He's not a bad person, but like he just really cared about the program. So if you were not helping the program, he couldn't use you,
Mm.
right? So I was just a practice player at some point. I didn't really contribute. So at some
Mm.
point I had like this massive hole in my shoe. He was like, "Well, you're not really gonna play next week, so just keep it for another week." I was like, "Okay, uh, I guess I'll keep that hole in my shoe and just keep ripping up my socks." Like okay,
Right.
whatever, right? So I think it's there's very two different ways of looking at it, and he was very much like, "Okay, the program is up here, everyone else is down here."
Mm.
Whereas I think Free did a little bit of job, but he also was like very much, can I build this program up so I can look good, right? Like, can I build the program up? Can I build my resume with this program? So it became a little more like, okay, I don't really, if you don't play, you don't really care. I don't really care of you that much. Okay. But it wasn't that harsh. Like he didn't really, you know.
I mean, I'm the example of it, to be honest. So in my first year, you remember, like, I mean, I was one of my actually question to you, like you mentioned that, okay, you're not on the lineup, right? So
Mhm,
you're not on the lineup. This is like this happens every program, right? This happens my players right now, like they're not
mhm.
on the lineup, and because technically every team has either 9 or 10 guys.
So someone's
Every
going to be out
week,
of the
yeah.
lineup. Yeah,
Some people's not gonna play, right? But they still have like responsibility, part of the team. You're not
exactly.
just like, for example, as a recruiter, the coach,
Mhm.
like, you're not just recruiting a guy to just like let them sit over there, right? So
Exactly.
yeah. So every week, like every like you're gonna get the opportunity. And then I was the one that, for example, freshman year, my freshman year, look, I wasn't on the lineup, right? I got the
Mhm.
chance 6 times, exact 6 times, and
Mhm.
four doubles and two singles. I lost all of them, so I lost all of
Right.
them. So I didn't get the chance, and then I think, and the same thing happened to one of our teammate, and I see a lot of like in two ways. So okay, the
Mhm.
player that did not play, that have so much frustration, and now have like, okay, all right, so I didn't play, and so much frustration, and then I was the one that I think me not playing, it just actually pushed me a lot. Like I was just like, how dare you? Like how can I not play? Like there's no way.
Right. Like
I'm gonna
so you
work.
pushed yourself harder, you worked
Yes.
harder. Yeah.
Yes. And then I think that made me realize now is like, okay, there's kind of a two kind of players. Like, okay, if I was a number one player on that team, I
Mhm.
probably wouldn't play practice. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't like make myself, or wouldn't be like really motivated because like, okay, I'm enough. But I didn't play, and I think like each year to go up, I had to push myself. I had to like, okay, I have to chase something. So that's why I was pushing myself.
Mhm.
And like, okay, we have the example of, okay, Valentino, right? So he kind of gets his pick, yeah, best plays when he's like the best on the team.
Mhm.
So like, for example, like Arda, like when he feels the best, like that's what motivates. Like same for you. Like, I mean, I think exactly
Right.
you're one of the players as well. Like when you feel the trust and everything,
Mhm.
right? You just feel like, hey, that I'm enough. I can perform my what I have, and then
Right.
that's enough. I think
Mhm.
that's the two different. Like depends on the players and depends on the like where the environment is. Like
Right.
actually helping you the most.
Yeah. But I think you're also very like I mean talking about characteristics again, you are all very different players. Like
Yes, yes.
like for example, like just you and Hiroki, very different players, right? So like I think it also depends. I think that's also why coaching is so hard sometimes, and you need to coach people differently. And I
Yes.
think a lot of the times, a lot of coaches, or like as I said, only care about the program, so they coach the same way the whole time, no matter who it is, right? And I think some people will respond good, and some people will not respond at
Yeah.
all, right?
At all.
So I think it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into just the coaching aspect of it. Like you pushed yourself harder, but let's say that Hiroki or me or someone else was in the same position as you, they might not have pushed themselves as hard, right? So I think it's a lot about also like, okay, explaining stuff, like, okay, Ege, you're out of the lineup. This is why. This is what I need from you, and I'll give you a chance, right? Or Hiroki, you're out of the lineup right now. This is why, and I'll give you a chance if you do this.
Yeah.
Or, like I think
Both
there's
sides.
a lot of,
I,
yeah, that I think that sometimes it's just like you out of the lineup,
because of
practice
it.
harder. Do like win more. And you're like, well, if I'm out of the lineup, I can't even play. I can't win more. How can I play when how can I win when I'm not playing? Right. So there has to be some kind of balance between or like some communication or
Yeah.
something, right?
I think I totally agree because I was going to Free's office like almost every week. I was just like,
Right.
dude, like I want to play. I want to play. What I need to do.
Hmm.
I think what I need to do. Like I'm highly recommending. I hope my player listens or any kid. Like I mean, if you're not on the lineup and if you feel like you're not where you need to be, talk to coach. Like talk to your coaches. Like, I was like,
For sure. I
go to
mean, for
go to
sure.
the
Yeah.
office. Go to their office. Like, hey, beg. Like I was literally begging. Like, hey, I want to play. Like, how? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Hey,
Right.
can I play? Okay, extra work. And I think it showed in the second year, and I was on the lineup. So I think it's never impossible. Like never like just at least like I think I like giving him roadmap. Like a coach just has to
Hmm.
give a roadmap. Actually, Pedicun, I want to move on. I want to move on to because we all graduated at the same time, right? So me, you, Hiroki, and Andy and Vicky. So we were in the 4 years. Like we kind of like get free started, recruited us, and then we were in that four. I think like I feel like we kind of helped. We were part of that building that program and that
Hmm.
culture. And then what? How was your like 4 years? Like because you were a part of it. You were a part of that building the culture and building the program. What do you think? The program where it started and then where it ended and then how it's going right now. So like and then how this building this program help you to shape you who you are right now.
So ISU, right? Like the
ISU,
yeah.
yes.
Um, Well, I mean, in the start, right? I mean, you're coming in. I don't know what ISU was. I didn't know what they would stand for. I don't know their values, right? So coming in when you're starting is always like, I'm just following along. I'll see what's going on, right? And you kind of follow the vibe that it is. So the first thing that I noticed, just talking from Middle Tennessee compared to this a little bit, was okay, you actually have something to say no matter who you are.
Hmm.
So no matter where you are in the team, first single, last single, full ride, a walk on, who you are, you still have something to say. You can still input, like your input matters, right? And I think that is a big value that I really liked because I think, okay, then your teammates matters more, right? Like I want your opinion. How can we make this team better? Because I mean, we were not ranked. We were not really any team, right? So like, I mean, before I got in, you guys went to the finals of
Conference.
the Big Sky, right? And I was like, okay, so this is like it's a good team. I was like, okay, sure, I'm coming in. I'll like, okay, I mean, I hope I play because again, I didn't know, right? Um, so I come in, I'm like, okay, I feel pretty good. But the first thing that I noticed was like everyone actually cares about each other, right? I think the program in itself was built, as you said, around the people that was there.
Yeah.
So I think Free did a good job at pushing us, but also he was the kind of person that made sure that we also had some certain, this is going to sound bad, okay, but it's meant in a good way. So he pushed us to kind of hate him in a certain way, but that made us go be together more, right? We were like, okay, we're gonna show him like we can do this, right? Or like this was unfair what he did today. Let's show him that we can do this better. Or like he's treating this person really bad. Let's make sure that that we pick him up, that he's in practice, that he can play or something, you know. And I
Mm.
think the kind of the connection that we had as a team just slowly started building the program up by itself. Whereas, yes, he did a good job. He was motivated. He gave us the tools. Like he was, you know, he pushed us in certain ways. But I think it started with, okay, we all were on the same page. We all have the same goals. We all rooting for each other. I think that's a big one, right? Like even if you're playing or not, can I still in my conscience mind be on the sideline and rooting for my teammate? Like one time I'm injured, right? I'm watching who was I watching? Um it was probably Petrovic actually back then, my first year, because I was like, okay, this guy is still playing above me. How is that possible? Right. But I'm still like, we on the same team. I root for him. I hope he wins. Right. So I think a lot of the times programs fall apart when there's no connection between the players.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are. At some point, some players are just gonna do their own thing and it's gonna fall apart from the inside. And I think what we did very well through, I mean, through the years, right, is that we always had make sure that there was a connection. Even if there were some players, I'm not going to name any names, but if there were some players that we didn't really feel like was fitting into the program, we still made sure that, okay, can he have a role in our group
Yeah.
so he can be beneficial and we can have a good team, right? Instead of just pushing him out, see like I don't want to talk to you. You're not on the team for me. Like I don't care what you do, right?
I think
And I think for me personally, that showed that's something that I was never really good at. I guess was like I mean, because tennis is like an individual sport, right? So you always was you were caring about yourself. You were out of the tournament. You didn't care if your roommate won in an ITF in Cambodia, right? You cared if you won yourself, right? So college tennis is just so different. Like it's a team, it becomes a team sport. And when I realized that, tennis became more fun for me too in college. I was like, I'm not just playing for myself. I'm playing for this team. This team have a goal. We can't reach this goal unless I'm doing good. And if I'm not doing good, my teammate beside me is not doing good. So I need to get out of my own head and my ego has to just like kind of go to the back of my head a little bit and be like, hey, you're not the only one out here that matters, right? Like I have five other teammates that's playing singles right now. Like they all matter. So even if I'm doing bad, I want to make sure that everyone else is doing good because we're not all going to play good every single day, right? We're not all going to win 100% of the time. So if I learned something, that was definitely just having some responsibility for what I did, and then also how can I transfer my vision or my not my skills because I can't really see be like, hey, Hiroki hit a one-handed backhand, even though you tried. But you know, it's more like how can I like, okay, I think we should do this together because we will be more united, we will be better together, right? So I think my characteristics just became from an individual player and an individual athlete to like more of like, okay, this is my team. I want my team to do well, not just I want me to do well in this team, right? So yeah.
No. Yeah, definitely. I feel like our team chemistry was, especially our last year, was like off the chart, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Probably, probably one of the reasons was because of our experience in sophomore year. Or were you
Mhm.
sophomore at the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's something like as a coach now I'm struggling with is that, the courage to be hated sometimes because you can't always say the things that players wants to hear all the time. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have to be mean and you have to be, strict.
Yeah.
But at least for me, I mean, you guys coached, so
We
maybe
never sound, yeah. I mean,
it's tough, sometimes I just wanna like because I can understand from their perspective because I've been there,
mhm.
and you just have to ignore it and like be strict and be honest.
Yeah.
As long
I
That's
as,
mean, it is tough.
yeah.
It's a tough balance, right? I mean, you can't just because I mean, you were in the same position what 2 years ago, right? And you
yeah,
were like, why would I want to treat them this way that I hated 2 years
yeah,
ago? Like, I don't want to treat them differently, right? But at the same time, you could also see, okay, because I got treated this way, it turned out better.
yeah,
So sometimes it's yeah, it's a little different when you're from this when you're on the other side of things, right?
for sure.
It's a little different when you're like when you're in that moment when you're younger and you're like, wow, this guy is such an idiot, right? And you come on the other side and now you're this idiot. It's like it's
It's like,
yeah.
I think other episode like Jaimos is like we also talked about it. Like I feel like you realizing you learn those things like after like way after. Oh shit! Actually,
Mhm.
I learned that in that moment, and then now like seeing with the players like doing that. Oh, like I did that. Now I'm not doing it. That means I
Mhm.
learned it. Like I learned that. So I mean, it's sometimes tough, man. I mean, some things that while like we learn things through what we did the wrong, we got told by, and then we hated the hearing it, and then
Right.
we'll learn it. So I mean, of course, maybe they, your players' initial thoughts like they're gonna be like, I mean,
Yeah.
like hate to hear it, but I think what we try to do right now is especially like young coach, like more like talking about our experience, what we did right or what we did wrong, and then our
Mhm.
opinions, and then it's up to them, especially being an assistant coach, like up to them if they want to be take it or leave it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I mean, I think one specific thing as a player, um if you're I guess not if you're struggling, but I think you have to learn what your own values are, right? Like, what do you value as a person? Is it just winning? Because then that value is not really a value, right? Like, you can't value winning, like, you can't control winning. So, your values should be something that I can control. So, like, for me, I valued I mean, you guys knew I was not the very t most talkative person before a match. I was listening to my music, right? Like I was not really doing a lot of stuff, right? So I was like, this is one of my big values was like, okay, I need to center myself. I need to get some focus on myself before I can focus on you guys. So I need some me time before I can focus on you. And I think if those values are not respected by others, then it becomes tough, right? If one of I mean, they haven't done so, but if Free or Ollie was like, hey, like, you got to cut that out,
Mhm.
I would be like, that's going to be tough for me, right? Then I feel like now I can't do what I need to do to get ready to perform because you can't control winning, but you can control how you prepare, you can control how you get ready for certain things. And if it's not hurting the team, it doesn't hurt you guys to be ready when I'm listening to music, right? Like it
Yeah.
hurts you if I'm running around and I'm screaming and I'm doing it, I'm a madman. Like that's not gonna happen, right? But like just having your own incentives, your own values that you can have for yourself, I think that's huge, right? Like have a certain value set for yourself. And if you can value those and you can respect them and you can keep pushing forward, I think you're going to be a good player regardless. Like even if you're out of the lineup, for example, Ege, as you said, you were an example, right? Like I think your value was always hard work, right? You always worked hard. You barely had a bad practice. Like you always pushed, right? And I think that's a value that I didn't have, but I respected that you had that value. I wasn't gonna be like, hey, Egil, can you like calm down? Right? Like,
Yeah,
don't work so hard. I like now I look bad, right? Like that's not happening, right? But you kept going with your I'm working hard, right? I'm pushing through. I'm having a good practice every time, and it paid off, right? Same for me. Like I had certain things I needed to work on, and I work on it, and this is my value. I want to do this, and it worked for me, and I'm playing, right? So I think in general, I think if you're struggling not being in the lineup, I think find out what your values are. What are your characteristics? Make sure that they align with what the coach wants, and then you just keep on going. Keep on going. Integrity, right?
I
You'll
think
Yeah,
get a chance
good
at some
part is
point.
like we know, like for example, I know that was what you value, right? Because I
Hmm.
think we kind of communicated really well, that we kind of know each other really well. That okay, all right. For example, that was like, oh, every time it happened after a bad loss. If you like, don't talk Paddy. I mean,
Right.
like like after the match, like he's gonna have his time. It's not gonna
Right.
change. Like even though it's a sophomore, like that day he's gonna feel it. Like it
Right.
had to be. When we get back, or like a day later, if he keep going, go talk to him. I think that was
Right.
our thing. Like Andy was like, we tell him, we talked about it, everybody knows. Like everybody's like, okay, that day, leave Paddy alone.
Exactly.
So and then Hiroki, okay, he doesn't need to be like too pumped, because when he too pumped, the two thing, he just like,
Foreheads are flying like.
yeah, yeah, he's gonna be like mad as hell. He's gonna be like, if he's so pumped, so serious, he's gonna be so mad. And then
Yeah.
okay, and like same Valentino, like oh, okay, he needs to be like, okay, he needs to do his own thing. But I think like
Yeah.
that's the thing, like we talk a lot, we
Hmm.
okay, we that's why, for example, we fought, we learned, maybe.
Hmm.
But that's a good thing that we really need to communicate with each other. Like, okay, getting the closer, talk, and like, hey man, like this is who I am. Okay, all right, this is me, this is yours, and how can we make this as a team a big chunk of values
Right.
to build this program? Because I
Hmm.
think we what our strength was as like senior year, like everything was we were all themselves, and then we were like a team, a family
Right.
closer. I think that's the thing. Like I think I like to see, and how my players like that. Like they hang out every week. Like I'm
Right.
loving it. Like
Yeah.
for example, like us. Okay, Friday we'll be going to lunch after
Right.
practice.
Yeah, or like pizza pie on
Yeah,
Fridays, right? Or
pizza
like
on Friday.
Costa
They do that.
Vida or like whatever, right?
I'm
Like,
loving it. Okay, like that's what they talk, they fight. That's perfect. That's a great thing that they fight, because okay, they learn from each other, and then
right.
okay, they stop not fighting all the time. But like the line that, not me, picking someone every year, and then
No, no, but I mean, it is like I think a good team is also it's a bit like a relationship, right? I
yeah,
mean, everything is just going to be in the honeymoon phase at the whole time. Everyone is not going to just get along and be good, and everyone is winning, and like there's going to be ups and downs as a person, but also as a team, and it just has to be resolved, right? Like if you're keep what's it called being living in the past, right? Then I mean, then it's going to be tough. Like as long as you fight, as you said, like you're gonna fight sometimes with some of your teammates, and that's okay. Like as long as you resolve it and it's not keep on going, right? Like if it's a reoccurring problem where you have to like, oh, fighting again, or like, oh, this is the same thing as we talked about 2 weeks ago, then we're not going forward, right? This is the same in a relationship, right? If you're arguing about the same thing for the last month, like you're not going anywhere. It's not getting better, right? Well,
yeah.
For sure. I
Hiroki,
can do that. No, but since we talked about fighting, right? Let's move on to a more like fun question. What is the craziest story between you and Andy? I can go first, between me and Ege. I
okay.
I think the craziest story between us is when we worked in Georgia. I think it was 2020, 2022, 2023.
2022, yeah, 2022.
2022. So after our sophomore year, we worked together in Georgia.
Hmm.
I know this. So.
And, at that time, I think we knew each other well, but not fully.
Right.
And I really didn't like to be touched on my face. And, and I don't remember the details, but we were in the car on the way back from coaching. And I think Ege kept touching my face or something. And then I got mad and I slapped him. I slapped his face. And actually, after that, I mean, we were fine. Like we made up. I don't
Yeah, so
remember.
quick, bro. So
We made up the next morning or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
that
mean,
was like our craziest story.
yeah, because we had a tough day, okay? We were tired, and now because like I was just joking with him, like you know me, I'm just like touching,
yeah.
like hit his face, and then bro, he just boom flew to my face,
Just a full-on backhand, just
boom. I literally had my lips are like actually almost bleeding. Like it was like I was like Botox lips like this. Next one, like whole day. I was like, oh shit. And then
So like you're just coming into work the next day and you're like, what happened to you? Oh, it's just Hiroki. He just hit me.
stop me. But no, we didn't talk about that slap. I say sorry. And then like nobody talked about it again. Actually,
Right,
until
right. It's
But
funny.
you know what was crazy though? So right after I slapped him, so Ege was driving, right? No, was that? No, Ege
no,
was driving.
you were driving. You were
I
driving.
was I was driving, right? Ege's car. And then
Mm.
I slapped Ege and I slapped Ege and he gets out of the car and then I take Ege's car, go to the gym. I was like, what? Damn, what
Yeah,
a
we
prick.
just didn't talk. Okay, we just like, okay, we gotta go. Move on.
That's crazy. That's
Show
crazy.
the line, we gotta move on.
That is crazy. That's funny.
What about you, any
That's a good
like
thing.
this
I
kind of
mean,
you know
Andy and I, we got a lot of stories, but uh, I think so. I mean, you always saw him like mad about himself on the court, right? Like he
yeah.
never really was like mad at you, right? Or like, he like even if I was like teasing him or like whatever, he never really got mad, right? But then in Middle Tennessee, again, we were practicing together for the 100th time that week, right? And we didn't travel that week, and we were out there. We were supposed to play some best of five sets of whatever, and I was already salty, and he already had a bad day as well. It just kind of came down, and so I played the ugliest tennis because I was like, I need to get this done, right? So I was slicing backhand, slicing forehands, drop shot, lob, everything that Andy did not like, right? So that is the first time I've seen him just take his racket and just fire it out,
No
all
way.
the
No,
way threw the racket out, like
yeah.
took his bottle and just tossed it out. Like everything. It was like I was like, okay, I might have gone a little too far here. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. So I took my things. I went home. He went home. And then later that day I came with some food and we were just chatting it up and it was fine.
We never talked about
Like it
it.
was it was I was even me, I was like a little concerned for a second there. I was like, he's gone mad. He's crazy. Like I was like, I broke him down. But yeah, that's why also when we played here, sometimes matches and stuff, that's when he would get most mad because he hated playing me.
Oh,
Always hated it.
so mentally playing against
So
you.
mentally, he hated it, and also because he also never liked how like laid back I was. Like even though I cared, a lot of the times I was like, walking around like, like whatever, and I'm like walking
He's
to the
getting
ball
better.
slow, and like I'm just that's how I've always been, and he knows that. He just he can't have it,
And
right?
you were hitting winner. He was hitting winner, and you
Exactly.
were like, "So lucky, this guy's so lucky." And he got
Yeah,
so. What do you mean he's lucky? I was like,
yeah. It's crazy, but I mean, we have a lot of. I mean, I don't think we have too many stories where it's like going crazy like that. Like, the one of the best stories I think I have of him is still when he clinched against
UTRBG, the Waco,
the
Texas.
in when we played Baylor.
Yes, Waco, Texas,
What are they
and
called? Incarnate Word.
Incarnate World. Yes, not
Yeah.
YouTube.
So because this guy is tight. Like he is
Tight.
tight always. So I was like, there could be such a good like character development for him to win this match, right? And I think it was.
It
Like
was.
he lifted, and I've never seen this guy be so happy, right? I mean, and just like he was like, I could actually do this. I did it. Like a lot of the times he's gotten close, but never really he's not gotten it, right? He got it. Like, and for me, that was as a friend to see that was massive.
Yeah, that was such a great weekend, though. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it was crazy, crazy week. Yeah.
yeah, I think Hiroki, you play good in that week in singles. Like, play
I
against.
mean, you guys won doubles points
Yeah,
against
we
them.
won the doubles point.
Yeah.
I like to say it every single episode.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, come on, Baylor, getting the Baylor doubles point. Yes, you actually play pretty sick against Baylor
Yeah,
guys.
I played
Yeah,
Juan Martin Di Grassi with the
yeah,
Argentinian guy who I actually played in the juniors. Funny story, actually. I won against that guy in Colombia, first round. I qualified. It was a grade one.
Great one.
Uh, I played three set matches. Two of them 7-6 in the third. Qualified through. Had a first round the next day. Played. He was ninth seed. He was like 30 in the world at that point, or whatever, 30 in juniors. And I won as well, 7-6 in the third
3 days in a row. Wow.
against this guy. So it was like 3 days in a row, and I played like 10 hours of tennis. And I went out and I played Hugo Gaston, lefty guy, French guy, who I actually also beat in 12s. But anyways, I lost there. I lost like 4-4 or something, but really good match.
They're a good match. And
But he
Patya,
he ended up that guy, the Argentinian guy, Grassi. He after he lost to me, he won the next three grade ones in a row and became nine in the ITF.
that
So
team, they were number 2 in the country that year. Like you played
yeah,
sick, and Hiroki played against Finn Bass, like four and
yeah,
four. It was a sick match. I remember Hiroki watched that clip, watched that
yeah.
clip for like next month every day. Yeah, I
It
remember
was it
like
was
you were
cool. Yeah,
watching it every day. I remember that. And
yeah.
and then Paddy Kun, no, but Patya, and then Patya play
We played
uh,
three sets. Yeah,
three set against
I mean the number one guy there. He
Romanian
was
guy.
he
I
was
forgot his name.
ranked top five or something at that
Yeah,
point
it
too.
was like he's a sick player, and he's on the tour right now. And then in that incarnate world clinching, I play shit doubles and singles. I lost me and Mickey lost 6-0 in that doubles. I didn't even remember did we win the doubles point. Went to singles, play shit. I lost terrible. And Hiroki won next to me. I think Hiroki won. You won.
Yeah.
Hiroki won. You won. Andy won. And then Pat won. And so we
Mhm.
lost the doubles point. Okay, we lost the doubles
Yeah, we
point.
lost the doubles point probably. Yeah, probably a bad start. Probably. Yeah.
What are we? Hiroki's thinking about? I
But yeah,
think,
why don't you talk about your singles match against Baylor?
bro. All right. Dude, that's a great story to end the episode. All right. We got the doubles point, like got the stories and then got hyped up. We are like, okay, we're gonna beat Baylor. Number 2 in the country. I just gotta say, like thinking about beating Baylor. Got my bag, jogging to the court 6. Let's go, boys. At the first break, he's serving, playing unreal, like stepping into the return, boom, playing so good. Break on 6 Bengals. Sit down. 12 games in a row. 6-1,
12
6
games
in
in a
a
row.
row. Well,
Uh,
he just destroyed me. Like, he just
he's good
destroyed me.
though.
I was like, Tadeusz, right? Palek, I think, the Czech guy. He
Yeah.
was the only ranked guy on the team, and I'm playing
And he
playing
was playing. I know it was
playing
crazy.
6
Yeah, I
because he
know
had a
it's
sick
crazy.
fall. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know the details. Maybe there's something more, but they putting him 6. Great, and
Yeah.
of course. And then it's funny that doubles team. You know that of course the Danish guy who
Hmm.
played for Middle Tennessee and then transferred to Baylor. So I saw him over the summer, try to recruit his brother, and now his
Hmm.
brother going to Baylor as well. And I talked to him like,
That's
"Hey,
crazy
like
too.
man, I'm Megan." He's like, "I know you." I was like, "Oh shit, let's go." Yeah, like you're the one that got the doubles point against Baylor. Yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah, shit." And yeah, like because my partner played against you, and then because of you, he didn't play in doubles lineup for 2 years. Apparently, like they had like a Baylor thing, like losing to Idaho State. So he didn't play for doubles for 2 years.
That is
And then
funny.
that guy, him, like Serbian guy, I forgot his
Yeah,
name.
Marco something.
Marco, yes, Milanovic, something.
Yeah.
And then him, Danish guy, won the ITF World Cup.
Hmm.
Like they were like sick doubles, like they were top rank in doubles in
Hmm.
college tennis. So yeah, Hiroki, we had some doubles, man. Maybe
Yeah, I got some good win there.
should we come back? Maybe this summer. Me and you, some futures action, play some doubles.
Some futures doubles.
Maybe
Yeah,
like Patya, maybe we're gonna end up in the top 100. Nah, yeah, okay, too much. We gotta stop this.
yeah, if you grow probably like 5 more inches.
Oh, 5 more inches, I think even more. I need to put one more foot. Maybe. All
Then
right, Paddy, thanks a lot, bro. Like this is amazing. I think it's been a while talk to you like in this much, and then just like always nice to getting to know you, man. Like always like seeing you, your a better side of you and learning from you always nice. I really appreciate it for coming. It means a lot to us and can't wait to see you in May in your wedding, bro.
Yeah,
Your
yeah, yeah. Of
wedding.
course.
Let's go.
It's gonna be
May
good. It's gonna be
20,
good.
what is it? May 20,
Second.
22nd.
Yeah,
Okay.
May 22nd.
yeah.
Yes. All right.
Hiroki, you better free that day up.
May 22nd. Yeah, I'm free every day. So
Every day, every day I'm free.
Yeah, after May, we don't have a job, so we'll see. Bro,
Yeah, so yeah.
we're gonna be bro free all the time. All right.
No, yeah, it's good. It's good. Thanks for having me. I mean, it was yeah, it's good to talk about these things because you don't also get to talk about these things the whole time,
Yeah.
right? Especially when you're done, you're like thinking back about the stuff that you did and you had, and you know, it's always nice to like make sure that you appreciate the things that has been, right? So
Awesome.
yeah,
Love
super
that.
good.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Love you and see you soon.
See you soon, man.